for your viewing pleasure. Like, this is what we do. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and edit the video that we basically made together. So I'm gonna open the Inshot app and it looks like this. You're gonna click on video and then you'll have some of your drafts, and then I'm gonna click on new, and then it's gonna ask you what album you want to open it from. I'm not gonna show you my albums.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. You in my business? Yeah, don't do that. Anywho.
This is the album we're gonna use. Put all my TikTok or like editing stuff in an album called editing video. So I got some old ones as well. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna select the ones that I did today. So we started off with the dishing. Just click the green button to import it. Sometimes it will come up a little thing here to say get Inshot Pro. It didn't do that this time, I don't know why, because I actually got the free version. Click this canvas. You can actually choose what format you're using, if you're using it for YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, etc. Obviously this is TikTok. It's already set to that because that's pretty much what I do anyways. So yes, it's naturally set to that. So once we're in here now, the first thing I like to do is to change the volume and turn down the volume. And then if you click this button, that means apply to all. This is just like on that clip, but if you click this one, it will ask you to apply to all. So now everything is like muted. And then I'm gonna just obviously forward. You can scroll back and forth. I'm gonna scroll and see where I want to start the clip. Click the split button. And then automatically it will then highlight the clip on the right side. Now, we don't want to delete that, we want to delete this clip. So you have to click that clip and then you can delete it. So now the video starts from here, which is pretty good. But as you can see, I am talking, looking back at the camera. It looks a bit weird, so we don't really want that. So I'm gonna have to find out where to stop. So a little bit before, oops. A little bit before I look there. I want to split it there, and then I want to keep looking for maybe another frame I could use. When I'm grabbing that, that looks good, so I'm going to split it. It's going to highlight the one to the right, so we have to highlight the one to the left. That's the one we want to delete. So now we have this so far. That looks good. But I just want a quick second of that. So I'm just literally going to take it when I grab it, and I'm going to split it again. So then this is the zoomed in shot. So now we're just going to forward to where I'm doing the dishes. Maybe when I'm opening the tap, so I can delete that, and I want the tap, and that's it. I'm gonna delete, pretty much delete the whole clip, don't need that anymore. Then we have the angled one. Remember when we switched angles? I'm gonna again just highlight where I want it, or use the cursor. You just slide back and forth, it's very, very easy. I'm just gonna split it, and I'm gonna delete what I don't want. Literally just 1 second. And then again, I zoomed in on this clip, I remember. So I want right here, delete what I don't want, and then split again, and then delete. So then we're going to continue doing this for all the clips. I want this clip, like I want it to start when I'm zooming in. So right about here, so I'm going to delete what I don't want. Moving on, I'm going to show you guys how to do the stop motion effect. Now, this is very easy, but it's very repetitive. So, what we're firstly going to do is just going to find out where I'm starting the video, because obviously here I'm just showing you guys. I want to start with a clean slate, so I'm going to delete that clip, the left clip. So the video is going to start here, and I only want a brief second, so I'm going to clip it again, split it again, and then forward again till when the first magazine is laying down and I'm out of the frame. I've got my hands here. So I'm gonna split again, and then we're gonna delete this part, because this is the part where I'm still in the frame. We don't want that. So it's starting from just showing the table with no nothing on it, and then it's showing the first magazine. Split again, move forward till the second magazine is there. Split again, then delete the part we don't want when I'm putting the magazine on the table. So as you can see now, there is one magazine and then the second magazine. I'm gonna split it again, move forward until I'm putting the third one, split, delete the one on the left, split again, forward until the next item, split, delete the one on the left, forward until the last book. Split and then highlight the one on the left and delete it. Perfect. If you want it to be quicker, all you have to do is basically just drag. You see these two lines here? You have to just drag them to each side. I mean, if you want it to be shorter on this end, you drag it this way. Shorter on this end, you drag it that way. So I want it to be short, so I'm just gonna drag it a bit. So this one, it says, as you can see, 0.6. I like to keep them 0.4 or 0.5. I'm gonna make all of them 0.5, so it's a little bit quicker. But yeah, so far this is what we have. That looks better, right? So I ended up actually making them even shorter. I don't know if you can tell, but I made them a bit shorter. So yeah. Now moving on, we can delete the rest of this because we don't need that anymore. So we do the same thing. We're basically doing a reverse motion. So the first motion was we're adding something to look like it just got there. Now we're gonna do the opposite by removing it. So we're gonna start, and then I'm taking the black jeans. We're gonna split it. We don't want this. Again, waiting for me to remove another pair of jeans. Then we're gonna stop and split and delete. And then we just have like a, you know, a filler shot. Like I said, I just thought it looked really nice with the clouds. So I'm just gonna see what part of it I like. Yeah, that part is fine. It's literally just a second, just to fill out the video with something nice. But yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Just, you know, showing the clips where you just selecting the clips that you want, and the ones you don't want, so you just delete what you want to keep. I kind of like this part when I'm walking, so I'm gonna actually just start from here, split, delete what I don't want, and then just literally from when I'm walking, and then split it again. And then there's a man in the background. We don't want that. Me looking back to make sure my camera is still there. Okay, so here, I remember in the start I did mute all the clips, but what I like to do, and especially to make your video pretty much stand out, is if you keep some of the ASMR sounds, so like water taps, or like pouring a drink, or like, for example, in the supermarket, I like the scanning part. So I'm gonna press volume, I'm gonna put it up. It should, well, you should hear it, and the same thing here. Right, but I want just that beep, so I'm gonna forward it a bit. And then same way here, I just want the beep when it's scanning. Okay, so I'm just gonna position it where it was. And then split, and then I'm just gonna delete. Then I changed the angle actually, just for, you know, for your viewing pleasure. Like, this is what we do. So I'm just gonna also just select a clip from there. Here we go. Now we have a 22-second long video. I mean, that's pretty decent. TikTok, I think shorter videos do better, but now with the new TikTok update, they're pushing longer videos. It's a kind of like a weird ending to a video. I don't really like to end videos like this. So what I like to do is I like to go ahead and in my album and see if there's any other like little clips that I can go that will kind of put a nicer ending to it. So for example, maybe like this. This is just like a random shot of a street, but I feel like it just looks much better. See what I mean? And once I've edited everything, I will go over it again and try and just make some of the clips shorter. For example, this clip, I think is way too long. This is what, 1 second, 1.7 seconds, 1.6 seconds, sorry. And that's very long. So I'm trying to see where I actually want to, I'll probably just cut it down. I can't keep it this long yet. I'll put it to 0.8. Same thing with the next clip. Just gonna click it. It's 1.1 seconds long. I just kind of want the part where I'm opening the tab. So as far as these scanning videos, you see how I have two scanning videos from the same angle? What I like to do then is I like to, if you press down the clip, you can then actually rearrange these clips. You can move them about. Do you see that? So what I would like to do, because this angle is different, I like to put it in between the two scans. So it's gonna look so much better now, look. when I'm scanning, that is 3 different angles, and then back to the other angle. That's much better than just having the same angle twice. So now for text and stuff, there's already text in InShot, so if you wanted to add text, you just press text, and then let's just put behind the scenes. Then you click here and you have all these different fonts. Now most of these fonts I've imported, and how you do that is basically downloading fonts to your phone. But before you can do that, you need to obviously know what kind of font you want. So what I like to do is I go on Pinterest, shamelessly plugging myself here. As you can see, this is my business page, but I also post a lot of other things on here, like fashion inspo and, like, you know, just anything related to jewelry that will make you look elevated. So if you want to follow me, please do so. So what I like to do is just search, let's say minimal font, then you'll see loads of different options. You see here, you got loads of different options, and it usually tells you the name of the font. Some of these you have to pay for, some of them are free, but once you find like that, this is nice, I like this, Afra. It might be free, it might not be, but what I like to do then is to search it. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use a font I already have. So I'm just going to put in, I already know that I have brown sugar font. That's like, a lot of people are using this now. It's so nice. As you can see, we used it in the video. Brown sugar font. I can't even spell. Brown sugar font. And then you're going to see loads of different options. So there's different websites that you can download this from. Most of them are free. And then you just click it. Then you just have to find the download button. It can be a bit tricky because there's so much different pop-ups and stuff. I don't know if it's this, no. Click here, download. So I already have the font, so I don't want to download it. This is just a few ads coming up. But then it will ask you if you want to download, and then you press download. You see the blue little arrow here, and then you click that arrow. You will go into your downloads and you will see all your files here. So here are all my fonts, as you can see. Black Mango, Brolimo, Brown Sugar, etc. So it's going to be a zip. I already have it down, but yeah. So it's going to look like a zip first. So you have to download the zip, and then once you have that, you click on the album and you have the fonts right here. So now how you import it is, all you do, you click on it, then you click here, and then you click on InShot. It will then automatically say here, imported successfully. But because I already have the font, it doesn't say that now. So just remember that it's going to say that. And then once you click text, it's going to be in your list. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I've just added behind the scenes, and I'm going to add text again. A TikTok. And then position it underneath. So the really good thing about this is it gives you like guidance, as you can see when I do this. Do you see that little white line at the top? You see how it disappears when it's not in the center? So it'll actually tell you, so it's really, really helpful. So my favorite ones to use, Black Mango. I also like Brown Sugar. I like to use Medhurst. I like to use Esther. I like to use Astrolga, and I like to use this one, Brolimo. So this is like my go-to font. I'm plugging you guys. Don't be copying my shit now. I'm kidding, but just, you know, take inspiration. But I mean, don't copy A to Z. So yeah, I'm gonna use this, and then this font. Maybe Brown Sugar. That looks nice, right? Gonna move it a bit. Okay, so for example, let's say we just keep it like this. Or you can choose how long you want the text to be for. So if you just want the text to be at a certain clip, all you have to do is basically split it the same way you split a clip. So you split and then you just delete. If you wanted it to be at the whole video, you will obviously just have to drag this all the way through. That's a bit too far, but you get the gist. And the same thing here. And of course, if you wanted it to be at a different position, or if you want to add different text at different clips, then you just have to repeat it accordingly. Something I also like to do sometimes is, for example, you can edit. press this one, which I really like, where you can space out the text. So you see that? It's good. Okay, so now what you want to do is, this is the most important thing. You need to make sure you export this in 4K because you shot it in 4K. So you also want to make sure they export it in 4K. So my settings are already saved, already preset to 4K. Yeah, so you have to go to settings. And then you have to go to video settings. And then here you can actually select if you want 4K, 1080p or 720p. I mean, who would want that when you can have 4K? So just make sure it's 4K. And again, that the frame rate is 60. Yeah. And then we're just gonna click here to export. We're gonna save it. It takes a little bit of time sometimes, depending on how many clips and stuff. So we're in TikTok and we're gonna upload this video now. We're not gonna upload it, but we're gonna pick a sound basically, which is what takes the longest time for me personally. It's so hard to find the perfect song. They say to obviously use trending sounds, but I find it that sometimes trending sounds don't go with the video. So I'm not going to use a song just because it's trending. That's just not my style. I'm going to use it because I like it, and if it happens to be trending, you know, great. But if it's not, then we find something else. So let's see. So I know this video is 20 seconds or 19, so I'm obviously not going to pick the sounds that are shorter than that. So I'm trying to look for, see what this is. It's way too slow. Nope. Kind of like this, even though it's slow. Okay, this might work. So when the books are stacking, I want it to be jumping. So I'm going to try and match it a little bit more forward. So the last thing to check is to make sure that your text is not overlapping anything. Now I put the text obviously in the middle, so it's not going to overlap. But this preview will show you if it will overlap. So if you put text at the bottom, for example, it will be covered by your caption and your hashtags. If you put text too close to the right, it's gonna cover like your, you know, your picture and the comment section and all that. So you want to make sure that you check it on the last page to make sure there's no text overlapping. I'm gonna click more options. This is the secret as well. It's not secret, but this is the secret to making sure your video is uploaded at the most highest quality. So you're then going to press allow high quality uploads. I know some people don't have this option and I don't know why. I'm sorry if you don't. So the last thing you want to do is select a cover photo for your video. Some people don't think about these things. Some people maybe just leave it as it is. What's important when you pick a cover photo is to pick one that's going to look the nicest on your page, because essentially when people come to your page, this is the first impressions that they see. So you have to make sure you select a cover photo that's going to make them want to click on that video and watch it. So I try to obviously keep my page somewhat aesthetic, but at the same time I want it to look like interesting as well. So I've selected this cover frame. But you can of course select whichever you want by obviously just dragging it, and then you can kind of see what looks the best. There you have it, guys. I hope you guys found it very useful. I spared no details, so you guys really know how to make a video now from literally start to finish. Not saying that you have to copy me or like, you know, do every single angle, every single shot that I did, but this is just to kind of give you like an idea, and you guys just have to put your own twist to it and make it your own.